All right, this week's Postcards from Hampton Roads is just a little something different.
It is a little different, and honestly, when a viewer, David Klemp, suggested that the Hampton Roadshow head for Norfolk's Park Place neighborhood, I wasn't sure that this community that has struggled with crime and poverty was exactly picture perfect, but I took a little leap of faith and saw firsthand what a little faith can do. Here's this week's Postcard from Hampton Roads. Well, Norfolk's Park Place neighborhood might not be the first thing you think of when you think postcard from Hampton Roads, but if you're willing to look twice and look hard enough, the beauty in this community just might overwhelm you. This is what the Park Place neighborhood could look like in the minds of the children who come to the Park Place Child Life Center, a bright and beautiful community, and it's getting closer and closer to being that community every day, thanks to folks like Michelle Schultz and the other wonderful volunteers who staff the Park Place Child Life Center. When you come in off the street and walk into this space, you're in a different world within a matter of seconds.
We are. We're in a safe world for the kids. We also have their artwork on display. We try to make sure that this is a family for them and that they always want to come and that they enjoy it, and it's a good place for them. They need that one-on-one attention and just to feel like they're very special, and that's how the volunteers make them feel. 5 o'clock, they have their choice of classes, and we have African drumming, ukulele, we have theater class, art class, karate class. So we have lots of different programs for them to go to and to just show their artistic side.
So if the children weren't here during those critical before school, after school hours, and Saturdays, where would they be?
Unfortunately, they would be playing out in the neighborhood, hanging out with folks that are good, but some that aren't good for them. A lot of our kids' parents work, and they work long hours, so this gives parents the know-how to know that, okay, my child is going to be safe until 6 o'clock, and they come and they pick them up. So it's a good thing, keeps them off the streets and out of trouble.
Okay, now let me introduce you to two new friends of mine, Mariah and Ayana, who both come to the Park Place Child Life Center. Mariah, you said you come every single day that it's open. What do you like so much about being here?
That there's friendly people and they help you when you need it.
There's art here, there's music here. What's your favorite thing to do?
Art.
Art.
They make sure that it's safe and that more people can come and be safe.
Do you always feel safe when you're not inside here?
Not that much, but it's okay.
How important is it to you guys to know that you have a place to come where you can always feel safe?
It feels good.
Tell me about the people that got the Park Place Child Life Center started. What does it take? What does it take to do something like this?
It took a lot of people. In 2004, members of First Presbyterian Church, they saw a need for an arts-based program with literacy components to be in this neighborhood. They would drive through this neighborhood to get to church, and they would see all the kids, and they thought, okay, there's a need. This is something that isn't in this neighborhood. And they were able to raise the funds and the volunteers, and they started as a volunteer organization. We have a partnership with the Academy of Music for the African drumming and the ukulele class.
You mentioned now Park Place Child Life Center has its own staff, but you still need people. So if you made a New Year's resolution to do some more volunteering, check out the Park Place Child Life Center and tell them the Hampton Roadshow sent you. It's a neat place. Wow. You saw some video there of the kids in school, because there is a school there, but the Child Life Center is separate. But we were, following our little friends Mariah and Ayana in their school day. But after school, Saturdays, those critical times where a lot of times the kids don't have anything to do, that's when the Child Life Center kicks into gear with the homework help up until 5 o'clock, and then the music and the art classes. They get sent home with some fresh food sometimes, and then on Saturdays they have things for kids to do up until the age of 18. From 10 to 3, and I mean, these are critical times when kids need something constructive to do, so they're not taking some of the not so constructive options, and their parents are working, and they're working hard. So it was really neat. And Michelle mentioned the partnership with First Presbyterian Church and the Tidewater Music Academy, but if you went to the website, which we'll put on our website, the Chrysler Museum has partnered up with them. The Beasley Foundation is providing some funding. There's a long list of partners
But it started with just that little group of people who wanted to help kids with their homework. And that's what it's, you
Wow.
know, that's
Yeah.
what it's
That
become.
was neat, very cool.
Yeah,
Like
and
you
it's
said, you
folks
wouldn't
from a
think about
church,
it.
but it's, you know, it's not, you know, necessarily about religion. It's about humanity, you know, and just helping out your neighbor. I thought it was
And
really neat. I'm
so,
glad we went.
So invaluable to those kids too. I mean,
Absolutely.
to just put them into the arts and see what they can do.
Because it's getting cut out of
working.
schools.
It's
You know, they're
working.
losing it in
Right.
schools, unfortunately. So they're, you know, I could go on and on.
Yeah.
I'm getting the
Turn
big
it
rap.
Thumbs up for them.
Should watch it on the website, yeah.
Thanks for having
Very
us.
cool,
Very
very
good.
neat
Thanks,
postcards.
Jerry.